Countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Welcome to Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking theater.
Ah, my lords and ladies, geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekeritas. I am Lord Blood-Rah, and this is Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin' Theater. Hollywood loves remakes. Always has, always will. Did you know the Vincent Price classic House of Wax was a remake? It was. It was a remake of an earlier film called Mystery in the Wax Museum, and that was a great film too. Hollywood loves remakes, but in my opinion, they usually don't remake the right films. Don't bother remaking classic films. Take a film that had good ideas and a good story and just didn't quite work out for whatever reason, and remake that. You know, films like tonight's film. Tonight, from 1962, it's the fumbled but oh so Edgar Allan poetic Dungeon of Harrow. Now, tonight's film has a solid gothic storyline, but I'm afraid terrible acting. So, try this. Imagine good actors in this movie. Say for the lead, imagine Anthony Carbone. And for the villain, maybe Peter Cushing. Give that a shot. See what you think of this film with those actors in it. Imagine that. It'll help. By the way, this episode in and of itself is kind of a remake because I've presented Dungeon of Harrow here in the Nerve-Wrackin' Theater way back in my first season. And I like it so much, I wanted to do it again. Well, my lords and ladies, imaginations engaged, and get ready for Dungeon of Harrow.
How many times have I stood before the symbol of my family's greatness? And now, with this crest and I, are dying together. At another time and another place, I might have brought honor and glory to the House of Harrow. But instead, I shall leave a legacy of decay and unspeakable horror. Aaron Fallon, do hereby record my days on the island of Save. In the year 1870, I was aboard my father's ship, the clipper Lestrade, bound for the Americas. we encountered what was to prove tragic weather.
That you've lost your schedule again. I cannot control the weather, Mr. Fallon. It is necessary that everybody assemble in the galley. We'll have better control that way. Very well. Those be your orders. I'll be along presently. We've precious little time left, sir. He's breaking up fast. I'll get the devil out of here.
Okay. I know it's a toy boat in a bathtub. You know it's a toy boat in a bathtub. Just go with it. Just go with it.
Glad to see you coming around, Mr. Fallon. Been a lonely exile without you. There were no other survivors? Not that I could find, sir. You were the only one. Look, Mr. Fallon, there. It seems as though we've been blessed with a bit of salvage of extreme value, Mr. Fallon. Hardly as palatable as food, but I'm sure you'll find it rather exciting. Yes, crest of Fallon. The crest from the stateroom. It's on all our ships, Captain. I'm quite familiar with the objects. And if you'll be so condescending, we'll put it to a useful purpose. Might not be any banquet, Mr. Fallon, but tonight it'll seem like one. I'm not overly fond of fish, Captain. Tomorrow, see if you can find some game. I much prefer meat. Tomorrow may be better spent in exploration of the island, Mr. Fallon. There may be some life on this island, and if so, we'll be better off for having found it. So tonight, let's make the best of the trade, huh? Yes, of course you're right, Captain. You're quite certain that I'm a bit of an ass, aren't you, Captain?
Ooh, a cliffhanger. What do you think he's going to say? Do you think the captain's going to think this is the perfect time to tell his boss off? Or do you think he's going to try to play nice and hang on to his position, assuming they ever get rescued from that island? Let's take a poll. Let me know what you think. Hands up if you think the captain is going to tell Mr. Fallon off. Okay? Now, hands up if you think he's going to try to play nice with Mr. Fallon and hang on to his job. Okay? Now, you know I can't see you, right? This is not the way this works. Put your hands down. Do you love horror, science fiction, B-movies, horror hosts, old-time radio, just plain spooky stuff? Then you should sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. You'll be supporting the production of Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin' Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin' Auditorium, featuring the best of old-time radio horror. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, showing classic 1950s sci-fi shows for Star Cadets of all ages. Plus, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like Behind the Curtains of the Nerve-Wrackin' Auditorium, a deep dive into radio horror. Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, a look at a classic low-budget drive-in feature, and much more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah for the love of horror.
Instructions are to prepare for an attack by an unknown enemy. That's what he meant. Anyway.
Answer me, or I destroy you!
Stop!
There's something behind this, something we don't understand. The weapon he uses, it's unheard of, blasting flesh right off the bones.
Master control to fleet, set flight pattern to -.08. Increase speed.
They're coming right at us! Get down inside the cave!
As we return to Dungeon of Harrow, the captain answers Mr. Fallon's awkward question.
I don't believe there's a yes or no answer to that, Mr. Fallon. I feel as though you have been bred to a set of standards that don't apply to every situation.
By that you mean our present situation, I suppose.
Our present situation? Yes. However, if you are indeed your father's son, Mr. Fallon, you have a strength of which you are totally unaware. And a strength that will rise up unexpectedly to meet any situation or any challenge.
I knew then that the captain's tolerance of me was due to a deep and sincere respect for my father, and not just because I was the son of an employer. For the first time, I saw in the captain's face that wisdom and dedication peculiar to men who follow the dangers of the sea, but a strength that would crumble under the terror that was so suddenly forced upon us.
You have no weapon to even combat whatever's out there. Whatever it is, it's human. That was a woman's scream. You're right. Human. A woman's scream. But we can do nothing valid.
The storm has cleared the air rather nicely, I think, Mantis. The dogs. They got out last night, didn't they? Speak up, Mantis. You permitted the dogs to get out, didn't you? Danger! After me!
The dogs got out.
You fool. You blithering idiots. You filthy incompetents. But you got them back, the dogs. They're all right. There's something you're not telling me. What is it? I demand to know.
They killed a woman last night.
A woman? How could there be a woman? There is no woman. Where did she come from? Who is she? A woman? Then there may be others. There may be other people here. We've got to find them. Mantis, you find them. You bring them here. They may be pirates. We're in grave danger. Go find them now. There must be some means to keep the devils from my island.
Not likely, my dear Count. Your island was made for devils.
Who is speaking? There's no one here.
Oh, you're quite wrong. I am here.
Where? Where? I can't see you.
Here in the shadows. Look closely. No? No, you can't see me?
No. No. I can't see you.
Then I'll come a little closer. Can you see me now? Now. That is much better, isn't it? Well, does my appearance frighten you, Count de Sade? Then permit me to enter your dimension. You see, I appear most harmless.
Who are you?
Oh, who I am. It's not important. It's what I am. You see, Your Highness, I am simply a product of your evil, a reflection of your madness. Surely you must recognize me.
No. No. I am not mad. How, therefore, could I know you?
How then could you know me? How indeed, Count de Sade? You could know me by the things I can do. I can do every evil thing you have desired to do unto others.
No. No. I have never wished evil.
You have never wished evil on anyone. Count, recall the incident of the cobra. You thought it a convenient way to do in poor old Lord Balthrop. But you couldn't find a cobra, remember? All you had to do was ask me. It's really very simple. You see, there, on the table beside you. No. You're not impressed, then? Well, you and I have many more, don't we? Yes, we have many more. Many more, don't we? No, please, no! Very well. Another time, then. Obviously, His Highness is not amused. Now, do you still insist you're not mad? Perhaps it's the wine. Perhaps the wine is drugged. Yes. The wine has been drugged. Now, please go away. Since I am part of you, you have only to command me. However, I think it only fitting and proper that I leave a calling card. My calling card. A remembrance that you and I are always as close as your mind. The wine. Yes. It was the wine. Yes. The wine. It was the wine.
You know, Count de Sade's strange interlude there reminded me of an annoying hallucination I had the first time I hosted this movie. Oh, it was so many years ago. I could only afford green lights then, and I had yet to discover the comfort of chairs when this weird little skull-faced gnome popped in out of nowhere. And I
Yes, Count de Sade, yes. I'm sure it was the wine. Oh, yes. Well, you know what they say. Candy is dandy, but wine will make you see foppish devils that throw laughably bad props at you. Cheers, Count de Sade. Well, either it is the wine or I'm manifesting a psychic projection of my own mental instability. Well, at least mine isn't a chatterbox like Count de Sade's. Stop that! Well, we'll be back to our movie as soon as I figure out exactly what's going on here.
From ancient Genesis to the modern screen, the name written in blood, Ega!
If I could just call you on the phone. The code of the ghost, that's the sign of the toad. Nobody lives on the Brownsville Road.
Thrill to the newest recording star, Archibald Jr.
Oh, the scream in this way.
See ravishing Marilyn Manning in a thrilling, chilling story. the last of the prehistoric giants sees his first girl. Noah. Curious newsmen search deep in giant country for the last of the ancient cavemen. See a tough giant tamed by the soft hands of his captive woman. See him sacrifice his ageless beard for her love. They lose her to a boy in a dune buggy, escaping a burning desert. Ega's primitive passion was love or kill. Hear Ega talk, the ancient language of love, used at the beginning of time. See Ega!
See? Tracks break this way. Mr. Fallon! Look, Mr. Fallon. It's part of a woman's dress. There was no doubt. We had found the place of the attack. The attack must have been violent. We looked like dog tracks. Captain, look! The captain recognized the girl. She was a passenger from our ship. And now she lay dead, a victim of some terrifying fangs. With each step, I felt that we were walking towards some unbelievable dread. That beyond each turn of the trail lay some medieval and torturing trap. And I was very close to correct.
We walked right into a damn trap. I've lost my knife and we'll reverse the shore. Maybe I can break out of it. For God's sake, hurry! Captain, there!
The captain is quite all right. He's been given a potion. The pain was most severe.
What?
You're quite safe now. Go in the castle of Count Laurente de Sèvres. There will be time enough for your questions. It is important only to know that your friend will recover, and that nourishment awaits you. If your strength will permit, the Count requests your presence for the evening meal.
I am grateful. The captain is lying on a very cold floor. In his condition, pneumonia could surely occur. You must have accommodation.
I said your friend would recover, sir. The Count has seen fit to offer lodging and refuge. I'm not in a position to question the extent of his hospitality. If you desire to put the captain in your bed, by all means do so. I was sent to announce that the Count has elected to share his evening fare with you. An obligation I have now discharged. If you wish to show your lack of gratitude by refusing, then I'll relay your indiscretion.
I most certainly want to meet the Count. If you would permit me a moment.
Captain? Excuse me.
It's our guest.
I'm in your debt, your lordship.
Please, sir. The Count will not tolerate conversation during repast.
You may tell the Count he can damn well go to hell.
No, it's all right, Cassandra. My apologies, sir. beg you forgive me. We are not used to guests, and our countenance of standard has been somewhat blunted by our prolonged solitude, I'm afraid. Please forgive me.
I understand. Reciprocal apologies are in order. I am indeed in your service.
Well, now that you've gotten the niceties out of the way, be sure to tell him that it's considered rude to be captured in a net, getting hit in the face with rocks can really hurt a guy, and cobwebs are not a suitable bed covering. But the cookout was pleasant and the hiking trails well maintained and gorgeous. 5 stars. We'll be right back.
Why'd you set up the brake? Because I can use you.
This machine utilizes X-ray, ultraviolet, and alpha, beta, and omega rays.
This man is a killer. Mad with dreams of fantastic power.
We're conducting experiments requiring fissionable materials.
That's atom bomb stuff. The government has that locked up tighter than Fort Knox.
You'll work for us faithfully, or you'll be turned over to the authorities. I understand there's a reward of $5,000 on your head.
No money is safe. No man is safe. Nothing stops the amazing transparent man. Into army-guarded secret government vaults he goes, stealing confidential nuclear material, holding in his unseen hands the key to world power. But the amazing transparent man wants first vengeance.
If I choke you hard enough, you'll bring me back.
We now return to Dungeon of Harrow, as Mr. Fallon sits down to dine with Count DePsycho.
I am Aaron Fallon, of the House of Fallon of Bath.
Bath? Oh. Too bad. The Romans knew a good spot, even if the English don't. But I'm afraid Bath is losing its social importance nowadays. Too bad. Too bad.
I remember the Count settled into a depressing silence. He made no further effort at conversation. I suddenly felt some strange compassion to analyze my host, but all but a few salient and frightening clues eluded me. His face bore the sallow pallor of a lifetime of dissipation, and his eyes held that familiar paranoid glint of royal inbreeding that left no doubt. Yes, my host was quite mad. And Cassandra. Her haunted face revealed only a portion of the racking torture of her inner torment. This observation of unhappiness and despair was verified by the event that was so soon to follow.
I feel ill. May I be excused, Your Lordship?
No. You may not be excused. Tonight we have a guest, Cassandra. Tonight, it will be like the days when the Countess was alive. There will be talk, an exchange of personalities. Don't you find that refreshing, Cassandra? Tonight you can put your trivial babbling to one side, and Mr. Fallon will talk. Yes. We'll listen to Mr. Fallon. Well?
I'm afraid that my ordeal has left me seriously taxed. I prefer that the delight of a lengthy conversation should not be tainted by my unfortunate weakness. Tomorrow, I shall see renewed strength, and I will eagerly await and be honored with an audience by so noble a person as yourself.
Yes. Of course. Tomorrow.
It sounds like she has hooves.
Mr. Fallon. Mr. Fallon, do you fence? Not well. Not well at all. Good night.
Oh, no, no hooves. Just really loud heels.
Doesn't fence. Not much sport in that fellow. There must be something. Yes. There must be something with a little excitement.
These howls get quite drafty at night.
Cassandra, it isn't necessary for you to show me to my room. I can find it all right.
I must, Mr. Fallon. The Count insists.
Make it. Good night, Cassandra. And thank you.
But Mr. Fallon.
Good night, Cassandra. I was alone in that horrible hallway. For the first time, I became aware of the soul of the castle to be saved. The wailing sounds of strange singings tearing from decaying sockets. The mounting anxiety dried in my throat. And then I saw it. There in the light of my torch. There, on the floor.
Mr. Fallon.
I saw him come in here. There is no way out. He must be in there.
Mr. Fallon, first let me say you are mistaken. And secondly, the Count would not tolerate your being in this chapel. It's very sacred to him. He will not have it violated.
Captain is not in his room. Where he should be, there is blood. I think he's been killed.
Do you think I did it?
Certainly not.
Then take your hands off me.
I have some fever of that, I'm sure. But I'm not given to hallucinations, and the blood was fresh.
The captain's injuries were extensive. They may have reopened when he was moved to more suitable quarters. You did request that, did you not, Mr. Fallon?
Yes. I'm overwrought, obviously.
We're tragically short of medicines here, Mr. Fallon. But on occasion of emotional strain, I sometimes find the ocean air quite invigorating. May I suggest the balcony? A night in the fog is light. View is almost attractive. As it is, it's almost frightening.
There are many things about this island that are frightening. And I think this castle most of all. Frankly, I shall be most happy when I've sailed and left it far behind.
Fears have a way of diminishing with time. I think you'll find that's true, Mr. Fallon.
Theories I have no intention of testing, Cassandra.
You know, my lords and ladies, the writer-director of tonight's film, Pat Boyette, went on to have quite a successful career in comics in the 60s and 70s. He worked on such titles as The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves, Ghost Manor, and The Peacekeeper, a superhero he helped create. I'm betting there's a lot more action in those comics than in this movie. But, well, what are you going to do? We'll be right back.
Why do you suppose there were no reports about this thing until 1946? What could have happened then to start the stories?
1946? Well, the bikini underwater experiments were set off then. Maybe that started something.
Deep down in the strange, lurid, murky depths of the Pacific are fantastic, horribly grotesque creatures of the sea that challenge man's courage as no earthly creatures can. Science knows some of the answers, but not all. And among science's unknowns is the strange identity of the living monster from the ocean floor.
How'd he get out of suit? No man gets through that.
And what happened to him? Here is the first undersea battle ever photographed between a giant killer shark and a woman, as she searches for a monster even more deadly.
Could absorb a man.
Or a woman. Bonnie, cast off, on the double.
When does the next boat arrive?
Boat? There are no boats, Mr. Fallon. We're in exile, sir. We've been severed from humanity. We're a cancer. We've been cut out.
I don't understand.
I know you don't. The truth is dark enough without learning about it at night. Tomorrow will be soon enough. Good night, Mr. Fallon.
It was inconceivable that no ships came to this island. I felt that Cassandra was trying to add to my uneasiness. That she was closer to the Count than she appeared. That she was a part of his evil. My bedclothes had been changed. All traces of the captain's injuries had been removed. There was a chill in the air, and I was extremely weary. But sleep refused to come. I was suddenly aware of a strange and tormented sound. I was hypnotized with morbid fascination. I could not believe that what I was seeing was real. But somewhere in the deep recesses of my numbed brain, my reflexes reacted to the scene. The room was dark. Whatever terror was present in the castle had now been removed from my sight. But I knew that somewhere in this massive, dank crypt, it was continuing.
Water! You gave that pirate water! Traitor! Traitor! You have betrayed me! You have cast your lot with the enemy! How dare you defy me? But no, you're right. We mustn't let him die. But you turned against me. I know you're a pirate. Oh, I know all about pirates. They've been here before. They've been here and left the mark of their black card. Once this girl could speak, but not now. That's pirate torture. They left her an imbecile that tries to poison her lord. No? You must recognize this, then. It's the wine you brought me before I retired tonight. What did you put in it, Harrow? Hemlock. I could taste it. I knew it was there. No. You say no? Very well, then. You drink it. Take long. Hemlock is very fast. Anne, why did you try to kill me? See, she's dying already. As you would have me die. Die! Why don't you die? It was poison. It was. I know I'm right. The Count is never wrong. I know he's a pirate.
Let me assure you, Miss Cassandra, that the event I witnessed last night was not my imagination, but a very real happening. I saw a young woman being beaten, and when I tried to assist, I found my door bolted from the outside. I was locked in, unable to help. I will accept none other than a truthful answer from you.
Very well, Mr. Fallon. Since you've become a member of the Castle D'Sade, I'm sure you have every right to know its secrets.
Thank you.
The story would begin with this portrait, I suppose. She was a beautiful woman, the Countess, and much loved by her husband. So much so that he insisted on marrying her, even when he learned of her terrible illness.
There's no illness in the portrait.
You're quite wrong, Mr. Fallon. It was there. The faint beginning traces may have escaped the artist, but not the physicians. You see, Mr. Fallon, the Countess was a leper.
Oh, my God, no.
So what if the Countess was a leopard? Leopards are beautiful animals. I know relationships of that kind were looked down upon then, but still,
The Countess was a leper.
Oh, a leper. Oh, that's different. Sorry to interrupt.
It was necessary that she be exiled. The Count was determined they should not be separated. So we came to this island, bought this castle. It should have been a story of love and dedication and sacrifice. But I'm afraid just the opposite was true.
I can almost guess the rest. The Countess died very early, and the Count was forced to continue his exile because of his contact with her.
That would have been endurable, at least, Mr. Fallon. No, it was much worse than that. The Countess did not die. She went insane. And in her madness, there was only one moment that she chose to relive. Her wedding night. Day after day, wearing her wedding gown, reliving her marriage. Eventually, it was necessary to lock her away.
Are you saying the Countess is not dead?
Yes, the Countess is not dead.
And where the devil is she?
In the dungeon. By now the disease is quite advanced. Rather than face what she's become, the Count prefers to think of her as dead.
This is most tragic. This explains the reasoning why the Count is a little deranged.
It's worse than that. He's insane. Criminally so.
Thank you. How are you involved in this?
I matter very little, Mr. Fallon. I'm in the service of the Countess' payment of my father's debts. I was a nurse. Now I'm not much of anything. I try to give some comfort to the Countess, but it's extremely difficult. To the girl you saw being beaten, her name is Anne. She was the hostage of pirates who once attempted a raid on this castle. She was mutilated and abused. She was left a mute. She's known brutality all her young life. First the pirates, now the Count. He repeatedly accuses her of trying to poison him. Her punishments are cruelly severe. He'll kill her someday. I'm not very reassuring, am I, Mr. Fallon?
Larry!
From the exotic geisha houses of Tokyo to the back alleys of the Ginza Strip comes the terrifying news of a fiendish creature that threatens to destroy all who stand in his way. This is the frightening story of an American reporter in Tokyo who unwittingly became the victim of a shocking scientific experiment that turned him into a horrible mutant, half man, half monster, the Manster.
What happened? He got away. I think I know where he's going, to Taurus. Follow me. Right.
There's panic in the streets as the unheard of terror of a half man, half monster runs wild through the city.
There he goes!
Don't miss The Manster, a genuine thriller in the most frightening sense of the word.
We now return to Dungeon of Harrow, where at about 1 hour, 10 minutes into the movie, we're getting a whole load of exposition about who everyone is.
And the Nubian.
His name is Mantis. He's been a slave for many years. At one time, the Count was a great hunter, and Mantis was his gun bearer. He's completely loyal, and the only thing resembling normalcy in this castle. The Count is deathly afraid of pirates. He's rigged the entire island with all manner of traps.
Yes, I was caught in one. Which leaves one last question. What of the captain?
I permitted myself to lie last night. I don't know where the captain is. It's unlikely, however, that he's been moved to another room.
Could they have killed him?
The Count has come to believe that all sailors are pirates. Yes, they could have killed him.
There must be a way to leave this place. To signal a ship, or there must be.
It's all right, Anne. He's a guest. Tea has a way of bringing things into proper perspective, Mr. Fallon.
Anne could have been a beautiful girl. But it was difficult to see beyond the swelling of bruises and the scars of the Count's mistreatment. It was obvious the child bordered on screaming hysterics. I had meant only to reach for the cup, but my movement came with more suddenness than I had intended.
So, you have embarrassed our guest, Anne. Count, it was not intentional. I have suffered no injury. Please, I implore you, do not punish the girl.
Since you have intervened, I will not be so discourteous as to override the wishes of a guest, Mr. Fallon. However, one must hold a firm hand to domestics these days. They're getting disturbingly lax and independent. Moreover, it is not proper that a Count be left waiting for his cup of tea.
You may have mine, Your Lordship.
Yes, of course. But it might be too sweet. You know how you indulge yourself, Cassandra.
I'm sure it's to your liking.
Yes. Not bad. And now, Mr. Fallon, I was promised a conversation, and I intend to have it. Tell me about England, about the Americas, or any subject you choose. It'll be good to hear a new voice.
Yes, I do have a subject. The captain of my ship. I demand to know where he is.
Captain? Oh, that dreadful creature with the beard. Oh, yes. Mr. Fallon, I'm grieved to bring you sorrowful tidings, but the poor man died last night. Now, let's talk about England.
How did he die, Count de Sade?
Death is not a pleasant subject to discuss so early in the morning, and I did want our meeting to be pleasant. In fact, I demand that our meeting be pleasant.
Please, Mr. Fallon, this can come to no good end. Another time. Please.
Very well. You shall not mention the captain. But let me assure you I intend to know his fate. I will know how my friend died.
I'm grieved to think that you should entertain the notion that I have contributed to your friend's untimely demise. Quite the contrary. I did everything I could to save the unfortunate creature.
My day with the Count had been a grueling experience. But now it was over. In my room, I would have time to think, to plan my escape. I suddenly had the feeling that I was being watched. And there she was. I had a new friend. It had something to do with gratitude for having asked the Count to spare her earlier in the day, I suppose. At any rate, she was most demonstrative.
It's not that I find you unattractive, Anne, but it is quite improper for you to be here. Please. I didn't mean to shame you. I put that rather badly. This is a time of great distress for me, Anne. I find it impossible to concentrate on the matters at hand. Anne, do you understand me? Do you know where the dungeon is? There was a man, a sea captain. Have you seen him? Is he in the dungeon? Was he killed? Is he in the dungeon now? Will you take me there? I must help him. Are you saying that you will help him? Then for my sake, Anne, do so. Anne? I do appreciate you coming to my room tonight, Anne. And thank you.
Harrow.
Now my feet. Thank you, woman. Pass out.
Pass out? How in the name of Vincent Price is he not dead? Do you love horror, science fiction, B-movies, horror hosts, old-time radio, just plain spooky stuff? Then you should sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. You'll be supporting the production of Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin' Auditorium, featuring the best of old-time radio horror. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, showing classic 1950s sci-fi shows for Star Cadets of all ages. Plus, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like Behind the Curtains of the Nerve-Wrackin' Auditorium, a deep dive into radio horror. Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, a look at a classic low-budget drive-in feature, and much more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah for the love of horror.
Dance, baby, dance, come and dance with me. Hear the beat of the pounding steam. Ride, baby, ride, come and ride with me. Let your feet go easy and
What do you make of this? Where does the other end go? It dumps into the ocean.
It looks exactly like the South American Fantigua fish. I hope you can take one alive, Sheriff.
I still believe that a human clawed that girl to death.
The Beach Girls and the Monster, starring John Hall, Sue Casey, and the glamorous Watusi dancing girls from Hollywood's famed Whiskey A Go-Go nightclub. Music by Frank Sinatra Jr.
You got a monster in the surf. Yeah, yeah.
Chicks, do you have a problem? You won't have after you meet the monster on the beach. If you see this ghoul, play it cool. Beauties in bikinis, laughing, singing, surfing, sinning. Beach party lovers making hey-hey in the moonlight while the monster waits and watches. Yeah. This one will kill you.
So, you would set the pirates free. Good. That leaves a place on the rack. See, the gods are already with me. The pirate's dead. Mantis, make sure that man is dead. Mantis, remove the plug from the drain. Do as I command. Good. He's dead, that pirate. He's dead. Good night, sweet Anne. Good night. We are retiring for the night. The key and I. Come, Mantis.
No, it's Cassandra. Let me in.
Thought you were Anne. She was here a little while ago.
Please, Mr. Fowler, let me talk. You must have noticed that we have supplies that could only have been brought in by ship. The tea, for example. The Count's tobacco.
She said there were no ships.
I've never seen them. I suspect the supplies are left on the beach somewhere. I've checked. Our larder is presently low. That means that any day or week now, a ship may come.
Yes, it's possible. We could signal her some way.
No, it's not possible, Mr. Fallon. Not so long as the Count is alive.
What were you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm merely saying that if there is an avenue of escape, it's being blocked by the Count.
Cassandra, I'm not capable of murder.
Murder is not a word to be applied to self-preservation, Mr. Fallon. I'd never thought myself capable of killing either. I've condemned myself to whatever fate befell me. I'd almost forgotten that another world existed. But it does, and I want to be a part of it again. Is that too much to ask?
Right or wrong or relative things, Cassandra. No. What you ask is not too much. I am asking the same thing. So we have a bond together. You and I.
So, Bridget Cassandra has taken a lover. You have denied me, yet you have taken that boy. Mr. Fallon, you have defiled my hospitality. I have given you refuge, and you have become a thief in my house. Mantis, take them to the chapel. I don't have the key. I don't have the key. But I'll be back. Now. We are a cursed people, Cassandra. You have never really understood me. You have never known how much I have suffered. To have a loved one locked away in the darkness to rot in the underworld. But you shall. Mr. Fallon shall be locked away as my love has been. And together, you and I, we will mourn them. We will... Mantis!
This is your day of reckoning, Your Highness.
Mantis, stop him!
I told you that I would kill you, sailor.
Glorious victory, Mantis.
And so we say farewell to Captain Energizer Bunny. He just kept on going and going until he stopped. He took a lickin' and he kept on tickin', but unlike a diamond, he was not forever. Now he's tasting the rainbow. Can you hear me now? I'm loving it.
From the depths of hell comes The Devil's Messenger, starring the master of mystery Lon Chaney and Karen Cannon.
My messenger. You'd have to go back. Up there.
No, I can't. I won't go back.
You'll deliver that to
to a Mr. Donald Powell.
Don't be afraid of me.
The devil's messenger delivers gifts from hell, turning man into a ravaging beast.
I took a picture of that old farmhouse. There's nobody in the picture. You saw it. Was there anybody in it?
No, there wasn't.
Somebody has come out of that house, and they're coming toward me.
Back from the dead, his lovely victim seeks revenge for her horrible death at the hands of a man driven mad by a gift from hell, trapped in her icy tomb until the devil's messenger exposed her nakedness in her crystal prison.
Now let's get down to here.
She becomes the object of a scientist's lust. His consuming desire for her drives him to commit murder to keep her for himself. Not since Eve received the apple have gifts inflicted such unnatural consequences.
Tonight at midnight, you will be dead.
Just how do you intend to kill me?
I have no idea. I don't even know you.
The crystal ball foreshadows doom, for it is the plaything of the devil, and only he can change the events it foresees. You must see what the devil's messenger has in store for you.
And now you, Mr. Fallon. Make him do as I say, Mattis. Show him the sarcophagus.
Well, assist me. We can't leave the poor fellow lying there on the dungeon floor. Chain him. Over there. Look around you, Mr. Fallon. Fate has been very unjust. I have been exiled to a whole island, but you have only this room. You and the Countess. Behind that door, Mr. Fallon. She thinks it's her bridal chamber. And in a way, it's yours also. Goodbye, Mr. Fallon. Come, Mattis.
It was as if I had been buried alive. At first, the silence was deafening. But the dungeon had a voice all its own. Timid little sounds that came from the shadows. They swelled to a tumultuous throng. I closed my eyes and listened to a symphony of the Black Mass. But suddenly I was aware of another sound. A noise that had no place in this concert from the tomb. I prayed that she would be unable to reach the latch. For a moment, I thought my prayers had been answered. The hand withdrew through the opening. My imagination would not permit me to visualize what face belonged to that dead arm. But as the Count had said, it seemed that fate was destined to spare me nothing.
will be our happiest moment. This will be a night to relive again and again. You waited so long, my love. But now I am yours, Laurenti. I am the Countess de Sade. And you have to wait no longer. You're still shy, my husband. I'll remove my veil so that nothing is between us. My lips hunger for the kiss of your love.
I find it very commendable that you're able to perform your duties as a nurse, Cassandra. I had rather expected to find you in some corner bemoaning your lost love.
The wound is very serious, Mantis. Use it as little as possible.
Yes, that's right, Mantis. Use it as little as possible. But first, we must get rid of that pirate. We can't leave him here, can we? No, of course not. Come, Mantis. Drag him out. This whole unsavory business is becoming quite unsightly to me.
Was I worth waiting for, Laurenti? Have I made you happy? Here, I am the Countess. Sandra! I'm sorry, I had to kill her. The Count is gone. There'll be no one to take care of her. I couldn't let her suffer. We must hurry, Fallon. Now is the time to escape. Oh, Fallon. Your hair. Fallon, must have been horrible.
I came very close to becoming a permanent occupant of this dungeon, Cassandra. In fact, I'm not certain that I haven't crossed that thin line that separates the sanities.
It's not so, Fallon. Now there's hope. Now is our chance to escape. Let's take it. Hurry, Fallon. There's little time.
No matter how far we ran, the Castle de Sade seemed ever close. It became an inescapable, dominant part of the night.
far enough. He won't begin his search until tomorrow morning. We have an adequate head start.
You're wrong, Fallon. Search will begin tonight.
Assume the position and open your minds wide. It's time for your cranial cavity search. Yes, my lords and ladies, the cranial cavity search. Here's a chance for you great geeks out there to prove your geek cred by showing what you know. And tonight's cranial cavity search question is, do you know where you are, Bartolome? I will tell you where you are. You are about to enter hell, Bartolome. Hell. From which Edgar Allan Poe, Roger Corman film does that line come? A. The Pit and the Pendulum. B. The Conqueror Worm. C. Mask of the Red Death. Or D. The Raven. Do you know where you are, Bartolome? I will tell you where you are. You are about to enter hell, Bartolome. Hell. From which Roger Corman, Edgar Allan Poe film does that line come? Consider that, my lords and ladies, while these commercials beg for your consideration. Hey, geeks! Want more Lord Blood-Rah? To help support the show and get exclusive content found nowhere else, sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. And the answer to tonight's cranial cavity search question. Do you know where you are, Bartolome? I will tell you where you are. You are about to enter hell, Bartolome. Hell. From which Roger Corman, Edgar Allan Poe film does that line come? It was A. The Pit and the Pendulum. Yes, my lords and ladies, The Pit and the Pendulum. The classic Vincent Price film made by Roger Corman based on the Edgar Allan Poe story of the same name. And if you haven't seen it yet, I don't know, what are you waiting for? But now, on to the conclusion of Dungeon of Harrow, as our mad Count de Sade hunts his human prey.
I knew in my heart that escape was impossible. The Count was drawing close. Our reaction was one of panic. We had to find a hiding place.
You've let the dogs go. Get up! Get up! I can't. Come back! Come back! Get up, I command you! I can't.
I can't move anymore.
Very well. Since you defy me, I have no further use for you.
I always do what you say, even die.
Count. Count to say.
Fall over, Cassandra.
Our safety required some adjustment. But as our fears faded in patience for a ship to arrive mounted, we were taken with a feeling of exhilaration that never left us. After many years, there was happiness in the castle of Desaid, marred only by the death of little Anne, who had died from the ordeal of the water torture. But our wait turned out to be a long one. The days turned into months and to a full year. But then it came. There it was at last.
Cassandra! It's come at last. It's anchored out here. Hurry, Cassandra, hurry! Come, Cassandra. It's here. Anchored out here, Cassandra.
I'm sorry, Fallon.
Sorry, Cassandra. This is what we've been waiting for. This is our hope. This is our new beginning. Come, let's do the method. Come, come. Here! We're up here!
Get back to the boat, man. They're leopard.
Captain! Captain, come back!
The captain's words were ringing in my brain. I could not believe what I had heard. Only when I looked into Cassandra's face did I know the truth.
Leopard.
Haven't you noticed, Fallon, the color of my skin? The color of your own?
How long have you known Cassandra?
The first traces were months ago, Fallon. I'm sorry.
In the years that have followed, I have come to know what it means to be conquered by the castle of besieged. I find myself hoping that a storm such as the one tonight will bring me a survivor from the outside. It's been so long since I've had anyone to talk to. And poor Cassandra, she's become quite deranged. Yes. I'm afraid the time has come to put her away. Damn well go to Harrow, Mr. Fallon.
Okay, so not only does Mr. Fallon become a ventriloquist, but who's Mr. Babbitt? I don't remember Mr. Babbitt being mentioned anywhere in the movie. Who's Mr. Babbitt?
Oh, who I am. It's not important. It's what I am.
Oh, that's Mr. Babbitt. Oh, okay. I wondered whatever happened to him. Okay, yeah, now that all makes sense. No, it doesn't. My lords and ladies, I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to invite you all back again next week when we'll do whatever this is all over again. Ha ha! As always, I am Lord Blood-Rah saying, geek out.